Hello. Welcome back to Talk About It. My name is Anne Wiskus. I'll be your host today, and I am so happy that you are here and you are joining us today. If you are brand new to Talk About It, welcome. It is a post-grad centered podcast that posts every single Wednesday, and I am so happy that you are here and you are joining us today. You guys, I'm starting off this episode right with my Diet Coke. Immediately with my Diet Coke. If that doesn't tell you where my brain is, I don't know what will. My brain, the past 2 days that I've tried to record, have been everywhere but where they need to be. I'm actually serious. It's insane. I feel like I can't concentrate. I actually tried to record this episode yesterday, and I tried 3 different times. I tried 3 different times. It was painful. And some days are like that. Some days are seriously like that. It sucked because I was really wanting to get my episode up and done yesterday. However, I kind of with the third try, I was kind of all right. I think that's a sign. I think I just need, okay, I have time. I'm fine. Let's just record this tomorrow. Let's get some sleep. Woke up today and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to see how tonight goes. And here we are. I waited to the absolute last minute because I'm also going to edit tonight. It's 5 o'clock. I'm recording this tonight at 5 p.m. the Monday before you listen to this. Let's go. I just felt the need to tell you guys where I'm at. I just felt the need to express that so that if this episode I'm struggling visibly, because I feel like I probably will be visibly struggling, you understand. My outfit, a dressy sweater and sweatpants. It low-key fits, but that's just where we're at, okay? It's that kind of week. I think I just have so much mentally. I think my brain, my energy, my spirit, everything's going so many different ways. It's just one of those weeks. But I'm so happy to be here with you guys, okay? I am happy that I'm finally sitting down and that I'm finally able to literally get everything that's up here out because I've been thinking of this topic for 2 weeks. Since I uploaded last week's, I've been mentally prepared to do this episode. I just can't speak. I can't speak. My words are not speaking. Sentences are not forming. And yeah, so we're okay. So basically, yeah. Before we get into this episode, I did just want to have I have a couple things I want to share. You guys, I've been on a movie grind. I have seen Michael. I have seen Devil Wears Prada 2. I saw Project Hail Mary, which feels like ages ago. I have been on a movie kick. And let me tell you, I saw The Devil Wears Prada 2 days ago. Wait. Yeah, but it's Monday. 2 days ago. I saw it 2 days ago. I am in my Vogue era. If you know me, you know I already dress up for the office. I am wanting to take my outfits literally past where they've ever been. I need to be in New York. I need to be in luxury. I was living in that movie theater. I thought the movie was great. I thought all the movies that I've seen, let me combine them all, okay? I've loved the movies. I love anything that's entertaining, okay? A lot of people go into movies with expectations. I think for Michael, a lot of people went in with expectations. For Devil Wears Prada 2, a lot of people went into the movies with expectations, and that's totally fine. If you're that person, cool. I try to know the least amount that I can about a movie before I go into it. That way, it's just my raw, opinion, and I'm not banking off of it being the best movie of the year. I ask people their opinions, but I'm not watching and seeking things out. I'm just kind of okay, if I see a couple scenes, that's awesome, and I can kind of get it, the gist of it, but I try to not really engage and read about it just so I can get a raw opinion. I mean, when I say that, I don't know any, I know what the movie's genuinely about, right? But for Michael, I was just kind of I know it's about Michael Jackson. Let's just go in and have some fun. And I loved it. For Devil Wears Prada 2, I was I love the OG. The OG cast is back. So, I'm going to love it. Let's just enjoy it. Let's just see where it goes. For Project Hail Mary, knew nothing about. Literally knew nothing about. I knew there was an alien. I honestly did not know if it was going to be scary or good. But I was just I heard it's good. So, let's, go out and see it. Yeah. And I loved it. I literally loved it. And so I'm just gonna if you're kind of like me and you're okay, all these movies are out, I'm intrigued by them, I want to go see them, I recommend going and seeing them. They're all entertaining, they're all fantastic. And seriously, let me know your opinions below even. If you have seen them and you're girl, I hated this one. Or girl, what are you talking? Like, I want to know your opinion too, because again, like someone might have been disappointed on something, that they heard was going to be in it, it wasn't in it. You could have read Project Hail Mary. You could have been like a serious, devoted Michael Jackson fan. Like, that's so fair. So fair. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts if you've seen any of those movies. But you guys, another fun thing. Spring is springing. Spring is springing. I'm so happy, you guys. The leaves on the trees. It like makes my entire life seeing that the trees are blooming. I know that's dramatic, but it does. It makes my entire life. Like, I am so happy that the trees are blooming. I am so happy that it's getting warmer. Like, it's not completely warm yet. I think yesterday was like 70, like 68, 69, 70. It was beautiful. And you guys, as I'm driving, I'm seeing those specific trees. I don't know what trees they are, but the ones that have like the white flowers that bloom first and then the trees, like those are in bloom. And then like the colorful trees are blooming. Like, I love spring. And you want to know why I love it? Because it's a pregame to summer, okay? It's a pregame to summer, and I know everything that's coming up, and I'm so excited for everything coming up because it's warm weather. The sun will be out. It's like so much fun. Color, like everything's colorful. You guys, I am so ready. And you want to know what I'm also ready for? Outdoor podcasts. I'm sick of being in here. I think the only thing that's beneficial of me being in a room instead of outside is that I can concentrate. Like, I remember last summer, I got so distracted by all of the motorcycles and people walking and the cars and the trucks and like everything. And there's like construction sometimes. So like, I am really happy. I'm really happy that like I haven't had to deal with that. Like, I will say I've gotten in a really good rhythm in this room, like where I'm at right now. But I miss it. Like, I miss being outside. Like, that was my time outside to just like connect with myself, connect with like nature, watch the sunset. Like, I miss that. Don't worry, I'll be bringing that back. Oh geez, no. What that vibe was, because it was elite. It was beginning of Talk About It podcast. It was elite. We were figuring it out. My tripod was stacked on top of a ton of books. Like, oh, we knew. We were in the beginning stages, but it was iconic for its reason, okay? And it was a lot of, like, trial and error. Lastly, this is my last announcement. We have some really fun things coming up, you guys. We are budding our 1-year anniversary of Talk About It. We are budding our 1 year. And I said this last week, I'm filled with so much gratitude. I'm so grateful for it, but oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Like, I feel like I need to take like a couple hours to just sit and think about how I feel about that, because that's like a crazy accomplishment in my eyes. That's a crazy accomplishment in my eyes. Like, I can't even fathom what that accomplishment means to me. Just like 1 full year, that's crazy. That's insane, you guys. And like, I've learned so much about podcasting. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about marketing, and I don't want to spoil, the next week's episode, but you guys, oh my gosh, like 1 year, I can't, I'm going to cry. I just love sentimental things like that. I love celebrating accomplishments like that. Okay, fantastic. Well, you guys, okay, we have a jam-packed, kind of hot, heavy episode topic today. I'm like my hands are really vocal. They're like really aggressive today. I'm just like talking a lot with this hand right here. But anyway, we have a really jam-packed episode today. We do. I preface this. I've been thinking about this topic for a while. I've been thinking about this topic for like a week now. It came to me in the car. I put it in my notes app, voice memoed some thoughts, not memoed, voice text, like talk to text. Yeah. Siri'd some little notes that I just wanted to like jot down. And I want this to be a cool episode where you can connect with it in many different ways. You can connect with it in faith, you can connect with it personally, you connect with it in growing and just like relationships everywhere. Like, I want this to be such a universal episode, and that is something that so many people can take so many different things away from. So, with that being said, I have my Diet Coke, and I put in a wine glass. I wanted to be fancy. I have my Diet Coke. Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Cheers. Wow. Excuse me. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Cheers to this episode. Thank you. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you can take something away from it. And I hope that it's a great reminder for you. Like it was a great reminder for me. I hope it's a great reminder for you. And anyway, yeah. Let's do this thing. Alrighty. I'm going to keep this handy right here. Normally I put them over there. I'm going to keep this handy. Okay? Cuz it's good. It's a little watered down. I put some ice in it because I was like, oh, I want it to be cool. It's a little watered down, but I think I need it to help me get through this episode at this point. Like, seriously, that's where we're at right now with our mental. So we're going to use it to help us get through this, you guys. I have always been a very expressive person. I have always been someone who likes to talk. I use my words to help me understand how I'm feeling. Like, when I need to talk about something, that's how I process my feelings. When I was younger, however, it got me into a lot of trouble because I wasn't being self-aware of what I was saying. I was very dramatic. I was very expressive, almost too expressive to the point where I wasn't putting other people's feelings into consideration. And a lot of my words and a lot of things that I felt and that I said ended up biting me in the butt and hurt my relationships with a lot of people. Now, a lot of those relationships are still in my life now, thank God. They've stuck it out with me. Like, seriously, my friends are the ones who have been with me through it all, like literally through it all. And together, we have kind of like really understood each other, and how each other works. And it's been a great learning curve. Like, it really has been, especially growing up and then meeting new people and then having to relearn how to like express yourself and like what to be okay with, whatever. It's been a whole ordeal. Okay. But bottom line is that I've always been a very expressive person, and there is nothing wrong with that. I believe that's one of the best things about me is I'm very expressive, and I try to not apologize for it. However, I will say that this has probably been one of the biggest lessons in my life. Watching my mouth, watching what I say. Especially, and I'm going to get into this later, but watching who I say it to. Here's the thing. A lot of the times we say things and we say a lot of things without thinking. We speak based off of our emotions and we don't process what we are saying. We don't process how intensely we are saying things, and a lot of the times we just kind of let it rip and just like let our emotions run wild. We let them drive what we say. If you're angry, most of the time you're going to vent a lot more. You're going to want to gossip. You're going to want to talk about something that is very upsetting to you, that's causing you to be in so much distress, whatever that is. If you are sad, you're going to want to cry about it. You're going to want to talk about why things are making you feel that way. Maybe you don't, but eventually, like, over time, you do talk about things, right? Like, we do over time. If you're not immediately, eventually you talk about what's upsetting you. You want to talk to the person that's upsetting you. You want to talk about the thing that's upsetting you. You want to talk about the horrible thing that happened to you. You got laid off of your job. Something's wrong. Da 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 da. Like, you talk about things when you're sad. When you're happy, you're very expressive and like you're more positive, right? Like, our words, our verbal language replicates most of the time how we are feeling. And that is such a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing. However, where we go wrong as humans is we don't connect our mouth to our heads. We keep it connected to our hearts, and our hearts, based off of how we're feeling, just let things kind of go, okay? But because we don't think, we say things that we don't mean in moments that are very sensitive, very vulnerable. We say things incorrectly or harshly, and they come out wrong. The list goes on, you guys. We don't think before we speak. We don't think before we say how we feel. We don't think. And that's what I want this episode to be on, okay? I want this episode to be a reminder of watching what we say and making sure that we think before we say things. Because one thing that I have really realized is that no matter how emotional I am, no matter what's going on in my life, no matter where I'm at, who I'm talking to, I can control what I say. And this is harsh love, you guys. Seriously, your words are always owned by you. You can't blame your words on anyone else. You said what you said and you can't take it back. And it's our responsibility, it's our job to not say the wrong thing, to think before we say things, to think about who we're saying things to be careful with our words. The Bible states that our words kill. Like, our words are so intense, you guys. I actually have the verse here. Okay, seriously, okay? Proverbs 18:21 states the tongue has the power of life and death, okay? Our tongues have the ability to speak positivity, love, light, joy, everything beautiful, but they also have the ability to tear and to kill, okay? Whether that is, figuratively, whatever, they have the ability to break something. And it's our job, it's our responsibility to be in control of that. Okay, so now that you see where the episode is going, let's dig into it, okay? One thing that my mom always told me growing up was that our words are a reflection of who we are internally. They're a reflection of our hearts. What we are consuming, what we are focusing on, what we're reading, what we're listening to, the people we're around, the things that we're, watching, whatever, it creates and it builds who you are internally. And if you're positive, if you're negative, if you're happy, if you're sad, you soak it up and it becomes who you are internally. If you keep watching really negative things and things that are not good for you and things that don't make you feel better, you're not going to be a happy person. Like, you're going to be more angry. If you're watching things that trigger anger, you're going to be more angry. At least that's how I've always been. I've always been the type where what I consume, what I surround myself with ultimately becomes a reflection of how I am. My parents banned me from watching certain shows when I was a kid. I loved Hannah Montana, but I became too sassy and too diva-like that they banned me from watching Hannah Montana. Like, that just was the reality. And that was something that, like, I had to learn, is what I consume, who I surround myself with, what I focus on, what I'm surrounded by ultimately reflects how I am internally. And from there, my words reflect that as well. This episode's going to be different than some others as well because I do have some Bible verses for you guys. I was reminded that, like, Bible verses are, like, so needed when you talk through specific biblical relations and, like, all that stuff and, like, how you're feeling and how you want to relate to God. So, like, I have some Bible verses for you, so write them down if you really want to. But Matthew 12 says, in reflection to, what we are feeding ourselves and consuming and surrounded by, how it, like, reflects how we are internally. Matthew 12:34 states, out of the abundance of our heart, the mouth speaks. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Our words are evidence. They're evidence of our heart. They're evidence of our spirit. They're evidence of who we are and how we are reflecting onto people, okay? That's why it's so serious. It's serious because it reflects who you are. It's evidence of who you are, okay? If you are someone that is short-tempered, raising my hand, like, I grew up very short-tempered. I'm a very passionate person, but I'm easily frustrated, okay? I'm easily frustrated, especially if I feel scared or if I feel threatened by something. If I'm like, no, I need to prove something to someone, I'm very passionate and I'm very easy to, I don't want to say anger, but hot-headed. Like, I will say I'm hot-headed, okay? Because of that, you could probably tell that the stuff that I was watching wasn't the friendliest stuff, okay? It was more dramatic. It was more emotionally intensified. It didn't really teach me anything about how to handle certain situations and, like, how to be a good friend, how to be a good communicator, how to be okay with certain things not going my way. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I knew these things, but because of what I was consuming, because of what I was watching, because of maybe even just, like, what I wanted to be like the people that I wanted to be like at the time, I wasn't filling my heart and my spirit well. And so my reactions, my temper, and my words really reflected that when I was a kid. Now, growing up and creating a relationship with God, I've realized, and this is crazy, a lot of people relate to this, when you start your day with a devotional, when you start your day with Jesus, you pray, you spend time with him, it's quality time, you're asking him to help guide you, help lead you, help you to be patient, all of the things that you're asking him to be, you feel calmer, your spirit feels set for the day. Yes, are there still things that test you? Of course, because God will always give you an opportunity to be tested. However, I start my day way more at peace. Every single time I do that, I start it more at peace. And I often forget. I forget how much peace that brings to me until I do it. And I'm like, okay, if I start my day with worship music versus with rap, two completely different Annabelles could come out within the day, okay, depending on what I do. That doesn't mean I don't love that music. Sure, I do, but my spirit needs something else. I need to wake and consume my heart with the right things to help my words be calmer, to help them to be more patient. And if you're listening to me and you're like, Annabelle, that's crazy. You shouldn't let the things around you affect you that much. We are human. If you listen and do something enough times, it will ultimately become stuck to you. It will become your habit. It will become something that you don't even recognize as an issue. Seriously. So me recognizing this and how my temper is and, even in traffic, right in the morning, how I act, that is a direct correlation to what I'm starting my day with, what I'm consuming first thing in the morning, what my heart is building its day off of. Okay. Your reaction is evidence to your heart. It's evidence to who you are, what you're consuming, what you're surrounding yourself with. I think too, after you're really aware of where you are internally, watching what you say is being aware of where you are as well. Okay. I relate to this. Because if I'm emotionally activated, if I'm ready and frustrated and impatient and I need to express myself, I need to vent about something, or I'm really upset about something, I will do it anywhere. I will do it anywhere. And often, too many times, my friends are like, okay, we'll talk about this later. You're getting heated and calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I'm an emotionally driven person. It's a beautiful thing, but man, not in the middle of the mall. I did that too much when I was a kid. I was just very expressive, and I never really was self-aware of where I was or what people were thinking of me. I was just I'm upset, or I'm sad, or something's going on right now, or I didn't like that, or whatever. I was very, 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 very unaware of where I was. Okay, but watching what you say is being aware. It's being present, okay, and where you are, what you're doing, your tone, your actions, your body language, everything. It's being aware of where you are, okay, especially who you're surrounding yourself with, which I'm gonna add this little tidbit to the end because this is a completely different segue to what I'm going through right now, but I want to do touch on it. So I'm gonna put a pin in it. But it's being aware of who you're around. And I think it's important to remember that when you say something, it lingers. When you say something, what you say, how you say it, the way that you say it, okay, it lingers, okay? It doesn't just disappear. If people around you hear you say something, regardless of what it is, if they just hear your tone, if they hear the way that you're saying it, if they hear your actions and how you're acting, it lingers, okay? It's a reminder for the next time that they see you. They're like, oh, I remember. I remember how you acted. Or I remember this was an impression of you. Yeah. You need to be aware of where you are. You need to be aware of what you're saying when you're certain places. You need to be aware. Okay. You need to be aware. And again, some people might be like, this is common sense, Annabelle. Sometimes it's not. Okay. Sometimes us as humans, we don't really recognize quick enough when we're in need of expression how to control that sometimes. Sometimes emotions just kind of run wild. I'm the one to know that. Yeah. And I sometimes can't help it if I cry in a public space. I can't help it if I get in traffic and someone cuts me off and I'm getting pissed off about it. And then, the person that I'm in the car with is whoa, calm down. If they've never seen that side of me, they're calm down. There's so many ways that this can relate. It doesn't have to be a temper tantrum in the middle of a mall. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be any kind of emotion that you're feeling. Being aware of where you are. even if some people are having a really calm conversation and you're getting heated about something that someone's saying, being aware of who you are, being aware of where you are, and if it's important enough to jump in and get hot-headed about, if it's important enough to become passionate about, if it's important enough to get your opinion out there. I think so many things I'm seeing online right now are like people's opinions. There's people's takes on a lot of things. And I think that's great. I think that's great. Everyone's opinion deserves to be heard. But I think we need to be careful on how we are portraying ourselves, what we are saying, how we're saying things. Because even if you are not surrounded by people and you're posting something, you are opening up yourself to have people have a impression on you without even knowing you. That's their first impression of you if they didn't previously follow you. That's their first interaction with you and who you are in your name. And so I think it's just really important that we think about what we say and we become aware of where we are, what we're saying, who we're around. We become aware. I think, too, another thing about this is that watching what you say does, in fact, protect your peace. Okay, it does, in fact, protect your peace. How many times have you said something that you're like, literally hours later, you're like, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I should have just shut my mouth. Like, I should have just left it. Should have just left it. Like, I made things awkward. So, now I made someone upset. Like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't say things the right way. Like, I just said things. I said something, out of I just said it. It's no. And you're still thinking about what you said. Okay, you're still thinking about what you said. We're all like that, okay? I'm not saying you should never speak. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying you should never speak. I'm just saying thinking about what you say and watching what you say helps protect your peace, okay? And I have a Bible verse. Are you ready for this? I have a Bible verse. Proverbs 21:23. Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. Self-control with speech protects you. Okay? If you don't know what calamity is, I'm gonna give you like the full definition, okay? Because I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know what that means, okay? And this is what I do. A calamity is a great misfortune, disaster, or event causing extensive damage, suffering, or misery. Wow, yeah, okay. So, like, going back to that, Proverbs 21:23, those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. You're keeping yourself from despair, from disaster, okay? Because if we don't guard what we say and process what we're saying, we often say things that we didn't mean to say. We say things that we didn't want to say. We say things that we haven't fully yet processed and then can't fully explain them and then end up in a situation where you're like, that's not what I said. I meant this. You're like defending what you're saying. Da 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 da. Like the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay. We have to guard our mouths. We have to think because then it protects our peace. It protects our character. It protects our hearts. Okay. It protects ourselves. I'm going to open up that pen. Okay. And this is a conversation that we can touch on for a whole other episode, okay? The idea of gossip and the idea of venting, okay? I'm going to give my 2 cents into it. You can agree with my 2 cents or you can completely push them aside, okay? But I think a lot of where this kind of ties into is when we start to gossip and when we vent, okay? Let's look up the definition, shall we? I'm gonna look this up just so we can get like a more rounded definition, okay? Venting is about processing. Gossip is about talking. Venting comes from a place of trying to understand your feelings. Gossip is more about the other person than it is about growth. Exactly what I would have said. Thank you, internet. Exactly what I would have said. Venting is figuring out what you're feeling. Gossiping is pinpointing someone and wanting to talk about them, okay? So here's what I say about that. First off, the Bible tells us to not gossip. I got Bible verses, okay? You ready? I'm gonna spitfire some at you. Proverbs 16:28. A perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Awesome. Proverbs 11:13. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up. James 4:11, brothers and sisters, do not slander one another. I just threw a ton at you. Point blank, period. Bottom line, don't gossip. We need to watch what we say about other people. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Love your enemy, okay? Love those who do you wrong. Yes, that is the hardest thing to do, but I'm telling you, you have to fight to not talk about people in a negative way. You have to be careful about what you say about other people. It is, in my personal opinion, it is totally okay if someone did you wrong to process your feelings respectfully about someone to a safe space. Okay, for me, closest best friend, mom. Point blank, period. They know my heart, they help keep me in check, and they're also just like wanting the best for me. If I need to process how I feel, they're the two people I go to. But I'm not going to every single person and their mother and being like, guess what so and so did to me? Like, guess what this person did to me? Like, I don't know if I should like this person. Like, no, I'm venting, I'm expressing myself, and I'm trying to process my emotions about what's going on in my life to safe spaces. In my college years, okay, and I'm outing myself. In my college years, in my high school years, I loved to gossip. I did. It's so easy for girls to do. It is so easy for girls to do. So if you're a woman listening to this, be careful. It is so easy for girls to do, especially in a group of girls. Okay, in a group of girls, it is so easy to do. I'm warning you. There's my warning. But I used to do this all the time. It bit me in the butt every single time. One, because it was wrong. One, because it was just not cool. Like, what I was saying was not cool. And I used it because I was insecure, but also because I would say it to anyone. I would talk about it to anyone. And you want to know what ended up happening? Too many of those girls, which they taught me so much, but they weren't my true friends. And they would often go and share everything that I was saying and the cruel things that I was saying and the opinions that I was saying to everyone. And ultimately, the people that I was talking about heard it and came back to me. I was not careful about who I was talking to. I would say anything to anyone. And that became an illustration of who I was, what my heart was like, that I wasn't aware of my surroundings, and I wasn't protecting my peace, and it also hurt so many relationships in the process because I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking about what I was saying and who I was saying it to, and I wasn't saying it to a safe person, okay? It's not someone else's job to protect your secrets, I will say that, but there are trusted people in your life that you can find that you know aren't just going to go and share everything that you say to them, okay? And that is super important, to find those safe spaces that also keep you in check so that you don't gossip. That's what I'm going to leave it as. That's my 2 cents, okay? To be careful about what you say, but also to be careful about who you say it to make sure that you're differentiating gossip and venting, okay? Because everyone needs to vent. But be careful. It's a slippery slope to gossip. I think the bottom line of this episode is, truthfully, what kind of person do you want to be? And I know that's deep. I know that's really intense. I do. But what kind of person do you want to be? Because like I said in the beginning, what you say is on you. Your words cannot be taken back. Your reactions cannot be forgotten. They linger, okay? And I think it's really important, and it's been a big lesson of mine as someone who's really expressive, who is a very caring, empathetic person, but also has really big emotions that when I was younger, I never knew how to control them. I didn't think about anything. I didn't think about what I was saying. I didn't think about who I was saying it to. I just kind of like said things, and I let the catastrophes fall as they would. And it was catastrophic. It was really hard for me to forgive myself, to have other people forgive me, to move on. But I had to take ownership of the things that I've said. I am the only person that was in control of what was being said. And you're the only person who is in control of what is being said. So I take this as a reminder to you, okay? I say this as a reminder to you to watch your mouths. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope that it really opened your eyes to something, reminded you, showed you that there are other ways, maybe gave you a step-by-step process. I don't know, whatever it is that you took away from it, even if it's just Bible verses, you guys, like, I hope that you took that away. And I hope that it inspires you to think. And that it also, I don't want this to be condemning or convicting because you're not a bad person. Okay, we're human. I just want to point that out there. We are human. Okay, you are not a horrible person if you have said something that isn't the kindest, if you have reacted in a way that's harsh, if you are emotionally driven like me and you have big emotions, if you haven't fully verbalized emotions before and so you just kind of blab things and you can't get your mind, like I've been there. I've done it all and I'm only 23 and I'm going to do more. Like we're human, okay? It's really easy. It's really easy to just let our mouths speak. But God reminds us that our tongues have the power to give life or death, okay? And that should just be a reminder to you to just think about that, to be careful about that, okay? I love you. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I love you so, 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 so much. And I will talk to you so very soon. Let me know if you like this episode. Send it to a friend, like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. Message me. I want to hear from you. If you like this episode, if you're at this point, if you're a real one and you're still listening, let me know. Okay? Let me know. Send me a message. Let me know if you like this episode. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I will talk to you so very soon. Bye.